Hey sis, how are you? So today is, as we all know, is a story time day. Yay! And this is story time with sis. So I'm so excited to read a story to you. So are you ready? Are you comfortable on your bed and snuggling inside your sheets? If yes, then now is the time to start. So today the story is The Tale of a Tale. Can you see that? Awesome! So we're gonna start with the story. As the sun started to rise over the farmyard, one little piglet was already washed and fed, eager for the day to begin. Curly hopped over the other piglets on this way out of the pig pen. "Where are you off to so early, Curly?" his brother Squiggle asked. "I can't sleep," Curly replied. "I've been up all night thinking." They are sleeping here, and then he was so upset. His brother, this is the brother, and this is, I think, the brother is saying, "Where are you going?" "What is this time?" yawned his sister, Twist. Everyone knew that Curly was very curious piglet with a very curious mind, and he needed to learn something new every day. "Today I need to know," he announced, "what tales are for." And with that, Curly turned to his daughter and bounded out of the pen in search of an answer. So, in this page, he wants to know that what his tale is for. Okay, I didn't know that actually. Do you know? Curly hadn't gone far at all when he spotted a mouse with a long pink tail scampering along the barn roof. "Morning, Tilly," Curl called. "I was wondering if you could tell me what my tail is for." "Of course," replied Tilly, scuttling down to perch on the fence. "Tails are there to help you balance, Curly. I use mine when I'm running along the roof beams in the barn. Maybe you could use yours for balance too." So Curly carefully climbed up onto the lowest wall. As soon as four of his daughters were on the wall, he wibbled and wobbled and he ranked his little tail, but splat! He tried to balance with his tail. The mouse said, "I balanced my tail like to walk and to run," but he fell down. Okay, so he fell ahead first into the muddy puddle. "Perhaps your tail isn't for balancing with after all," said Tilly kindly as Curly whipped the mud on his face. "No," he replied, "I don't think it is. Thank you anyway, Tilly." And off Curly trotted to see if anyone else could help him find an answer. All of a sudden, a black-white blur ran across Curly's path. "Curly, Curly, come and play with me. It's so much fun. We can play fetch or catch or—" "Calm down, Dash. I can't play right now. I'm trying to find out what tails do." As you can see, this is when the mouse said to the pig here, Tilly, that he can balance, but he fell onto the to the mud. Now we see that he found a new friend. So now let's see what they talk about. "Tails don't do anything. Curly, they are for chasing," cried Dash, and he started to spin on the spot, barking and laughing as he chased his fluffy tail. Curly thought that this looked like a fun game, so he began to follow his own little curly tail, turning faster and faster in circles until, bump, he toppled right over. "Oh dear, I don't think my tail is meant to be chased," said Curly, feeling very dizzy. "Oh, okay," replied Dash, still bounding around happily, "but maybe we could play fetch or catch." "Sorry, Dash, maybe another time. I'm off to stables to see if Major knows anything about my tail," said Curly, and away he trotted. Oh, look at that. He feels so sad because he bumped. Poor Curly. Okay, now he went to the barn to ask his another friend. In the calm of the stables, Major, the old Shire horse, was standing quietly and chewing his oats. "Excuse me, Major. Sorry to bother you, but could you tell me? I'm trying to find out what tails are, and no one seems to have the right answer for my tail." The horse lowered his head and peered down at the little pig. I swish mine back and forth to keep the flies away, young piglet. Perhaps you should see if yours would do the same. Curly thought that sounded very useful, so he focused really hard and wiggled and jiggled his bottom with all of a sudden. Buzz! Just at that moment, a fly landed on the end of the pig's little snout. Well, my tail definitely doesn't keep the flies away. They don't even notice when I swish it. It must be too small, he said, shaking his snout until the fly flew off. Oh, look at this. The fly sat on his nose and the tail is here. You can't do that because it's so small and curly and cute. Poor Curly, he was beginning to think he would never find out what his tail for. He said goodbye to Major and slowly made his way to the pig pen, feeling very disappointed. Did you find out what tails are for, Curly? Asked Squiggle as Curly entered the pen. Well, I know that mice use theirs for balance, puppies use theirs for fun, and horses use theirs to swat flies away. But I'm still not really sure what others do, replied Curly sadly. Never mind, Curly, said Twist in a kind voice. It sounds like you learned a lot and you can always try again tomorrow. So now they are going to sleep and they're going to snuggle inside. Just then, Mom called them over for lunch and all the piglets ran to the trough excitedly. Curly slowly wandered over to the trough, thinking about what Twist had said as he began to chew his yummy vegetables. She was right. He had already found a lot about tails and he could go again tomorrow to ask more of his farmyard friends for answers. Chomping on the rind of the juicy apples, Curly began to feel much better and all of a sudden his tail began to wag. You can see it here. Curly, cried his brothers and sisters, look at your tail, it's wagging, and it really was. I found the answer, Curly cried excitedly, looking back at this beautiful, swirly little tail swishing back and forth. Who knew we pigs could wag our tails when we are happy? And Curly's tail wagged all the harder as he beamed back at the other piglets. Now I wonder what I should learn about tomorrow. Wow, I never knew that these tales are really useful, right sis? So that was a really cute story and I love Curly and his friends and they're so cute. Did you enjoy the story? Now it's time to sleep. Now go to your beds. Thank you so much for watching my video and I highly appreciate that you share with your friends and family so that I can reach more sisters and help them to learn a lot of stuff. So if you like this video, please do subscribe and like it. And guys, I have this video for you that I handpicked specially for you. So go and watch it. It will be as useful and more enjoyable for you. So see you in my next